guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Fatuma and I am your weight loss girly. If you are new here, welcome. I hope by the end of this video I would have convinced you to hit that subscribe button and join this wonderful family. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate you. So today's video is long overdue. This time around, I feel like a good way to start would be by introducing myself and simply answering the question, what made you start your weight loss journey? So if you are interested in finding out, let's get right into this video. Okay, so who is Fatuma? Fatuma is currently 25 years old. I was born on the 26th of January 1999. I am a medical doctor by profession. I studied at Wits University and I am half Senegalese. My father is from Senegal, which is a country in West Africa. My mom is South African. My mom is Xhosa. She is from Mdantsane in the Eastern Cape. That is where I was born and raised. So yes, I am half South African, half Senegalese. I am super passionate about health, weight loss, and particularly female reproductive health. And one of the things I really enjoy is keeping active and hitting the gym. So that's like very brief get to know me. I think the story of Fatuma is quite a simple one. I am a dark-skinned girl and I've always been bigger than my peers, like my entire life. I'm also tall, so my insecurities were basically triple. Dark skin, number one. I think being a dark skinned girl is just one of the hardest things you'll go through. I love that we are now approaching a time where people are a bit more accepting, people are more woke and advocating and saying, dark skinned girls are beautiful and everything. That's cool. That's besides the chat. I think that's a story for another day. So I've just always had these insecurities, I think from growing up. And I have a light skinned mom. My mom is Xhosa. And as much as she always empathized with me and she'd always tell me, oh, you're beautiful, even though, you know, she never really went through the struggles of being dark skinned and having that being thrown in your face every single time, like it was something wrong or something bad. She always, you know, was there for me and supported me and helped me through it. But I don't think she fully understood what I went through as a person in that position. So I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't really say I had the best self-esteem growing up. It was just one of those things. And I think it only started peaking for me during my high school years, because I think that's when you start realizing that your body's changing and people are getting certain attention, you're not getting that attention, you know, something's different, something's off about you. And I think during high school, there were so many times where I tried to start and, you know, say I'm gonna lose weight and do this and do that, but nothing really came of it. And varsity for me, I think, is when everything spiraled. Mentally, emotionally, physically, I was not grand. And it was such a dark time for me because I just lost my dad. My dad passed on in my fifth year. COVID was a thing. And I think that's when I was in a very dark place. I started my weight loss journey in the year 2021. So born in 1999, that means I was 22 years old when I started my weight loss journey. I was a final year medical student at the time, and honestly, it was just this thing of I just needed to start. So one thing I need to say off the bat is that this is my weight loss journey that has been documented, right? This does not mean this was the only attempt I took at losing weight. You know, when you see those videos that say attempting to lose weight for the 100 millionth time, I 100% relate, because I can't even tell you how many times I started and failed. And it was a thing of I would start without a plan in mind. You know, I just wake up one day and say, today I'm not eating any bread, I'm not having anything, but I don't really have a plan in mind. Or I just wake up and start running or randomly like exercising. And after 2 days, I default, go back to my old habits. I've just grown up with so many insecurities. So this wasn't something new. It's something that I've always wanted to do. But for some reason, I just felt like I couldn't, until I one day realized that, Fatima, you actually can. So basically, it's been brewing in my mind for the longest time. I went through my entire teenage years with so many insecurities. I went through varsity with so many insecurities. And now it's like, you're in your final year of medical school, amazing, you're going to qualify, you're going to be this doctor. And next year, you're going to be entering this workspace, you know, and you're going to enter this workspace with the same insecurities you've had throughout your life? Like, at what point do you bring about change? At what point do you present yourself as a new person? So that was essentially my chat. And for me, what really motivated me was knowing that I'm entering this workspace where no one really knows me. And I want to rebrand, I want to reintroduce myself. And I'm tired of always saying one day will be a different Fatuma. We need to have that Fatuma right now. Another motivating factor for me at that point in time was that I was close to graduation. Your graduation photos, I mean, yes, it was COVID, so it didn't really have like an in-person graduation. But the point is, your graduation photos are things you're going to have for the rest of your life. I do not want to look back at my graduation photos and think, oh man, like that was a very dark time in my life. I was so insecure, I was so overweight. So what better time to change than now? And that is literally how I started my weight loss journey. I won't forget this one day. I literally went to the shopping center, and you know how you have those guys from Virgin Active that do like activations and try to recruit you to open up or start a gym membership? That's literally what happened. I saw them there, and bear in mind, I am a student, broke, I don't really have much money, but best believe I signed up for the gym on that day. I realized this was something I wanted, and it just meant that I would have to sacrifice other things that I would be spending my allowance on. So if you really want to make that change and you can sacrifice or compromise on certain things to achieve your goals, then by all means do that. And that is exactly what I did. So I literally took the first step without even seeing that entire staircase. But prior to me signing up for the gym, and this is something I always say, I started working out at home. You do not need a gym membership to lose weight. I had a skipping rope, and I'm going to insert some videos for you guys to see exactly what I'm talking about. I have posted some of these videos on my TikTok. I have a skipping challenge, and essentially with that skipping challenge, you guys will see exactly the skipping method I use for the week. And that's how I kickstarted my weight loss journey. So you can see I was doing skipping. I didn't live in the safest community, so unfortunately I couldn't do like running and stuff around. So I would just do like cardio at home, which was skipping, you know, jumping jacks, squats. I'll insert all of the videos here. And that's literally how I started my weight loss journey. Another important thing that had to change for me was my diet. Unfortunately, diet for me was one of the things that I couldn't really have much control over, and that's predominantly because I lived at home. I did not contribute to groceries much, and I didn't really have much of a say in terms of what I ate. You know, I ate what my parents cooked. So fortunately, my mom understood that I wanted to go on this weight loss journey, and I'm so grateful she assisted me. You know, she decided, okay, cool, Fatuma, you want us to eat a bit healthier. There's certain things we can't afford, but things that we can afford, let's actually try and eat a lot healthier. So it was a thing of eating a lot more vegetables, less refined carbs, less takeout, and less pap, less mosho, which is the hill for me. I absolutely love my starchy foods, and just going for healthier options. One thing that helped me remain consistent, and is the reason why I'm sitting here today with such a successful story, is because I did not go from 0 to 100. And I think that's the mistake a lot of us make. We go from eating junk, we go from not really having a healthy diet or a healthy way of eating, to one day saying, I'm not going to have bread, I'm not going to have chips, I'm not going to have chocolate. And you start craving all of these things. And what happens is you give in, you relapse, you binge eat, and the unhealthy cycle starts. But I am going to have a completely dedicated video just to my workouts and diet, which is extremely important. This is just an introduction, just briefly telling you my story. The point I want to make in this video is that just start. I think as human beings, we have this common misconception and we have this common belief that we need to have everything aligned before we start. You want to have the perfect shoes, you want to have the gym membership, you know, you want to have the fancy bag. Okay, you're gonna wait and say, no, I need to buy everything. But my question is, if those things never come, does that just mean you're never going to start and you're going to keep waiting? Start where you are, start with what you have. As things fall into place, as your financial situation gets better, as your mental health gets better, you gradually adapt and incorporate all those things, and it just fuels you to keep going. So I think the most important thing is just start. Not having a gym membership should not be a limiting factor. You can definitely exercise at home. You don't need fancy food. I know, like, for instance, on my TikTok, I post a lot of aesthetically pleasing meals, but that's not the reality. You can have really simple, easy meals, which I will be showing you guys, cost effective, just using basic ingredients, and you definitely can lose weight. I think the most important thing you are going to need is the drive, the will to be consistent. And unfortunately, when it comes to consistency, that's nothing someone can give you. You can literally Google, you can watch all the videos, you can sit and binge on someone that went through a successful weight loss journey and be so fueled and so driven that you will start. But at the end of the day, you are the only person that can hold yourself accountable, and you are the only person that can make yourself remain consistent. And I think that's one thing I always tell my followers on TikTok, some people that ask me on Instagram, like, who ask me, Fatima, like, how did you remain consistent? And I keep saying, like, it was no other option for me. I've had so many insecurities my entire life, and I needed this change. And I realized that absolutely no one besides myself is going to bring me that change. I kept asking myself, Fatima, you are so sad. You have all these insecurities. You want to change, but you're not doing anything to change. Who else is going to make it happen for you if not yourself? And if that does not motivate you, I honestly don't know what else will. I think one of the most common questions I'm always asked is, how did you remain consistent? Like, starting is not a problem. We can start. A lot of us have started, but how did you remain consistent? And my question is always the same thing. When you realize that you want something so badly and no one and nothing can give it to you besides yourself, when you've gone through your life with so many insecurities and you've started and stopped and failed, maybe gone through this toxic cycle, and you're back to square one. You feel hopeless. You just feel like God does not love you. You're so unfortunate. You feel so sorry for yourself. But until what point? At what point do things change? At what point do you finally take back your power and bring about that change? So let's say you start, you know why you're starting. You have this goal, you want to lose weight, right? So you started your weight loss journey, you have a goal in mind, you want to lose weight. Ask yourself, okay, it's getting difficult now. It's not going to be easy. Good things don't come easy, right? So it's getting difficult now, and then you stop, right? Or you skip days, or you're not consistent, and you basically don't achieve your goals. How will that make you feel? Would you have achieved what you wanted? No. Are you back to square one? Yes. Does this mean you have to start again? Yes. Do I need to keep doing this? Absolutely not. Do I want to keep doing this? Probably not. Is this cycle going to continue for the rest of my life? Well, I sure hope not. And honestly, knowing that no one besides yourself, regardless of what equipment, the funds you have, the access to a personal trainer, the access to a meal plan, no one will make you consistent besides yourself. And I think once you realize that you need this and you are the only person that can solely do it, that will keep you motivated. And one thing I always say and hope for is that I pray that everyone reaches a point where you want this so badly that nothing and no one can stand in your way. Because best believe me, once you've reached this mindset where you know that consistency is key and you need it to succeed, nothing will prevent you from achieving your goals. I honestly have a lot to say. This was just an introductory video, just briefly explaining why I started my weight loss journey and maybe giving you a bit more information as to who I am. I will be releasing more detailed videos, particularly addressing diet, exercise both at home and at the gym, and then breaking down all the other aspects of my weight loss journey. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you found the information useful. If you did, please do not forget to hit the like button. I hope you would have subscribed to the channel. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram at @lofatuma, and to check out most of my videos that are already up. Check out my TikTok. It is Fatuma Law. I think Fatuma_99. I will link it up here. And that's about it. Do turn on your post notifications so that you are notified the next time I post. And I will definitely be seeing you guys in my next video.